Hello, and welcome back to Shaded Reality. I'm Anne, and I'm here with Marie. Hi,
Hello.
Marie. How are you?
Cold. How are you?
Same. We had I've been recording in our bedroom, which I hate. Like, I legit have this like makeup stand or whatever that I have all of my like hair products, and I do my makeup here, and I have like one of those like light up mirrors and everything. But then when we record, I have to take everything off,
Oh God.
turn it around. I have my ring light sitting on top of a luggage thing. Like, if you saw like what I was actually sitting in, it's just a hot mess. And that's why sometimes when I'm like this certain time that I'm going to be on, it's always like an extra 5 minutes because I'm
Yeah.
trying to like set everything up. It's just I need like a legit spot that I can
Yeah, you need
just
your own little
sit down
corner.
and
Yeah.
go. It's such a pain in the ass, but it's whatever. So, yeah, I don't really have a whole lot to say. We just, have the shade report out now, so we don't have, a whole lot going on with that.
Nope.
Um, so I guess I can get started unless you have something happening right now.
Well, I just had a really funny story right before we came in here. My husband was having trouble getting the TV to work in the bedroom for the kids, and of course he's like needed my help. And then my youngest was like, "All right, I'll see you after you're done with your job." And she's like, "Oh, I don't mean your job, when you're done with your podcast." And I said, "Ugh, it is like a job because we make money now." And she goes, "You do?" And I said, "Yeah, we've made like $11 already." And my oldest goes, "Yeah, or yeah, she has to have two jobs because daddy doesn't have any." And he's like, "Hey, now."
Oh my God, that is freaking great. I was it, who was it? Maybe it was Erin. I went to lunch today with my best friend, Erin, and she was asking how the podcast was going. And I told
uh,
her, like Chelsea's literally, or Marie's doing all the things, like I can barely even watch a freaking episode to take notes. Like, this week has just been crazy. But, and she's like, "Are you even making any money with it?" And I was like, "I mean, I'm not sure." I said maybe a couple dollars, but no, I don't think so.
no.
We'll get there.
Of course
Maybe one
not. Like,
day.
it takes time.
It
But
does.
yeah,
It does take time.
we are not making any money. I mean, not when you consider that I have like a Canva account and like we pay for Riverside and like, no,
Yeah.
of course we don't
Yeah.
make any money. And like we bought computers literally just a podcast, and we bought microphones, and you know what I mean? And ring lights and
The
like things
lights
like we
and
would
yeah,
never have even
spent money on.
thought of
Yeah.
purchasing.
So,
So
but
no, we're not making any money at all.
one
But it
day,
will.
one day.
It will one day. I know it
Yeah.
will. Because all the psychics and tarot readers tell me lucrative, tons of money. That's what we're gonna make. That's
Someone's gonna see us and we're just gonna blow the fuck up.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We represent those average middle America old lady faces. That is,
Oh, I don't want to be known as an old lady face. I fucking hate
okay.
that.
Middle age
So listen,
face.
we were and I don't know why, but and listen, like I look like fucking shit every time that we do this pot. I swear.
I
Like
know.
I
It's
just get to a
never
point and I'm like,
works
I don't
out.
care. Like I'm
Yeah.
exhausted. It's after 9 o'clock at night. Like we're gonna be on this, doing this for 2 hours or whatever. Like I don't even care. But we were driving earlier and we passed like the high school, and like parents were standing off to the side, and there was this one girl that we went to high school with, but she's a couple years older than I am. And girlfriend just looked rough. Like I think that she may have been pregnant. She had this like short, choppy haircut. And I was like, and it's funny because she lives kind of down there. And my husband said the one day, I haven't seen so and so because she like doesn't drive and she like walks town or whatever. And I was like, no, I see her often. Like, she has to still be in this area. So then I was like, there she is, like pointing her out. And I think it was Harlow said, how do you know her? And Skylar was like, oh, we went to high school with her. She's our age. And she was like, oh my gosh. Because like she does look a lot older. But in my mind, like I do feel like I do look way younger than what I am. But it's just, it's like, I'm in my head, like I still, not that I think I look younger.
Right. But feel
I
like
feel
I'm just
like
young.
I'm still like, I don't know, in my early 30s.
Yeah. I don't walk around with a mirror in front of me. So like my perception of what I look like is like great. The other day at the doctor's, I had my oldest daughter at the doctor and a woman walks in, and when she checked in, like they said, what's your date of birth? And like I would have guessed this person was older than me. And she was like 1996. And I was like, excuse me? Like I would have literally called you ma'am. Like,
I hate when people call me
I'm
ma'am.
like,
I
I'm sitting over here at a 1983 and nobody would think that I was older than you. Like, nobody. And we're talking a solid 13 years. Like, what?
Oh.
Like, I felt...
just had a really rough life.
Yeah, maybe. Could be. No clue.
People are probably thinking when we say our age, they're like, whoa, I was thinking at least 10 years older.
No one thinks we're in our 50s. Please, I hope not. My God, I would die. I would never go on video or get my picture taken again if someone said they were in my 50s.
Didn't I tell the story about how a woman said that I was 50 when I was in fucking Jamaica?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, I think you talked about a person on the beach. Yes, yes.
Yeah. Like all the men in Jamaica, you know what I mean? They're like, oh my God, you're beautiful. You're so young. This is your daughter? Oh my gosh, I thought it was your sister. Like they're just like schmoozers. You know what I mean?
Yes, to
like,
sell stuff. And
I knew that they didn't really think that I was that young. But this one guy just kept going on and on and on. And he's like, look how long, guess her age. You would never guess her age. And this girl was just like, looking me up and down over. And it took way too long. And I was like, bitch, like, how old do you think I am? Just say it. And she's like, 50. I was like, no, honey. I just like, I'm done. Like, and then the guy was just like, started laughing. And then someone behind us was like, she does not look 50. And I was like, were you just being a bitch? Or do I really look 50 right now? I was not excited about that, but
you should have been like, oh my God, I am 62. Like, thank you.
Thank you.
Just blew everybody away. Like, what?
She was just an asshole. So, all right, let's get started. The Valley, Season 3, Episode 4, Mariposa Mama.
Mariposa Mama. Yeah. Mariposa
Mama. I don't like it.
It's butterfly.
I don't like
butterfly in Spanish.
That's what it is.
That's what Yeah. Because back in the VPR days, when they were in Mexico, Kristen said she wanted to be a mariposa, a butterfly or something.
Oh, yeah, they brought that up.
So that's what it's referring back to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I said, bear with me with these notes because did them a couple hours ago, so they could be a little crazy. So the opening is at Danny and Nia's house. Nia is pumping, and she's saying that she's been breastfeeding for the past 4 years. I do feel like there's a lot of reconsistent, you know what I mean, things with these episodes, which is kind of annoying. So
consistent.
Is that not a word? No. Reconsistent.
No.
No. I learned that one from Mom. I'm sure I did. Wait, what's the word?
I don't. Repeating
I'm
would be
putting
one.
inconsistent, and am I combining two
Inconsistent
words
and
together?
repeating. Yeah.
I just
Reconsistent.
created a word, okay?
We're gonna make merch.
Oh my
It'll say
gosh.
reconsistent.
Write it down. Write it down. All the shit. And then there's going to be another one that says like for you.
I know.
Bitch.
Somebody
I know.
somebody
I saw it.
commented quote
I
unquote
saw it.
like. I was like,
Like.
yeah, bitch. I hate it more than anyone. Get over it.
I mean, we could also make one that says Okay, so where was I here? She's been breastfeeding for the past 4 years, which I can't even imagine. I mean,
No.
clearly I couldn't even make it a couple months, let alone 4 freaking years. I'm like,
Yeah.
you are a
I
god,
was
Nia.
weeks.
So Danny bought this, whether it was
Yeah.
Danny or production or whoever, let's make something happen here. This like shirt, and it's called the Mr. Milker, which I've seen these before. Which this one was a little bit different, but they have these shirts for men to wear that they can like breastfeed. But he like attaches a picture to his forehead, and he's like pretending to be Nia. I don't think that it really worked. But he's just like, I have really been noticing that my wife has been struggling and I want to ease the burden. So I purchased this and I'm going to, help her out. Bullshit. I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
Clearly this was a joke. And I guarantee if it even did actually work, he would not be taking the time to do this. Like,
No.
no.
He's doing it with his wife sitting next to him, so that's
Right.
not any help whatsoever.
No. So Danny and Nia talk briefly about the party, and so Nia's mom comes in and like grabs the baby, and she's like, I'll take the baby. I'm wondering if she is like she never talks about her dad. So I'm assuming dad's not involved or
Yeah, I don't know.
whatever. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure she was raised with a single mom. I don't think
Yeah.
she had a dad as a kid.
So I'm wondering if mom lives there, but if
maybe.
she's just around when they're filming to help out, or if she's always there helping the kids.
Yeah, I kind of assumed that they just have her on hand for filming, like a babysitter or whatever.
But I feel like she's made an appearance often this season.
Almost every episode, yeah.
Yeah, she's been involved. So Schwartz and Jason are meeting at a men's pedicure spa. I said spa. Oh my God. Spa. And they have beer that you can order. And I was like, this is such an LA thing, which I think is super cool. Like, I definitely think that men should take care of themselves that way. I mean, my husband probably would never go and get a mani-pedi. I mean, like, maybe get a pedicure if like it was something that him and I were doing together kind of thing. But he would never go with his friends to go get a mani-pedi. I don't think that would ever happen. But I was like, we don't have anything like that around here where we live.
No.
I just feel like all the nail places around here literally are like Vietnamese nail salons, which
They are.
was always like a big thing. Like that's just where you would go to get your nails done. But I will say, within the past couple years, it has become very big. And it's like, I think there's like now 10 nail salons on a block. But it's not like it's a lot of up and coming women who are, or girls who are just going to school for nails now. Like it's not just like the Vietnamese that are doing nails anymore. I feel like honestly, they're like far and few in between.
Oh, really? Because that's where we always went when we were younger. Like when I lived in Maine, and now that was like, they had like, that was their niche. They were always had all the stores.
Yep. So Tom is telling Jason about, him and Michelle and Lala, I guess, are going to this like singles night at the Belmont. And they're like sitting there having this conversation, and this receptionist girl who's like behind the counter is just like sitting there, like listening to their conversation and like staring at them. And I think like Tom kind of looks over and is like, oh, hi. And Jason's like, so have you ever been there before? And she's like, oh, yeah, I've been there. Like, girl, you are making this way too obvious that, like, you want to be noticed, or you want to, I don't know if it was like you want to be on camera or what it was, but it was just,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Unless
So,
they tell them what to do. I don't know, but I
yeah.
didn't like it.
So she's like a comedian, I don't know, something like in her, obviously she has her day job at the freaking nail salon, but she got
That
on
girl?
Reddit. Yeah, she was on Reddit and she's like, production told me to show up and I was obviously invited like by them. She's like, there was a lot more conversation that happened in the nail salon than like you saw or whatever, where like they were just chatting with me. And so she's like, I felt totally comfortable going. She's like, I had to sign paperwork and like I was mic'd up. Like I didn't just randomly show up at the Belmont. Like they knew I was filming. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Kind
you
of
mean
thing.
like later?
Yes, and she works there, so she was just in the background or whatever.
No,
But
she doesn't work at the Belmont. She works at the
no,
nail salon.
I mean she was in the background when they were filming Jason and Tom. So yes, they did ask her. She said there was more conversation that happened in that reception area
Oh, okay.
than what was actually shown, cuz she's like, "Yeah, I guess it does seem like they barely talked to me and then I showed up like at
See,
that
and that's
place."
why I would never want to be filmed, because they can cut and
Yeah.
they can do whatever you want and make you look like an idiot.
Yeah.
They made her look like an
Yes.
idiot the
Yeah.
entire show.
Yeah.
So I feel for her, but I do say some things about her. So Jesse actually comes in late and the guys are just like chilling there getting their pedicures done. So I guess Jesse was late because he thought he might have gotten rabies from his little squirrel friend that he has.
That was such
So-
a weird story.
Right? So there's a squirrel that's been hanging out at his house, and he's been giving him organic nuts and, really taking care of him. He thought he was just going to come over and give his little finger a hug, and then he bit him. What? Come on now, Jesse. You thought that he was going to fucking hug your finger?
Yeah.
So I have a little squirrel story.
Oh, good. I have a rabies story then.
Oh, okay. I know somebody who had to get rabies shots because they got, I don't even remember what they got bit by, but he had to get like a round of like rabies shots, which I think they're pretty like,
I heard it's pretty bad. Yeah.
So Skylar, I think they were like, is when we moved into our house and they were cutting trees down, and they, when the tree fell down, they found a squirrel's nest, like a baby squirrel's nest.
Aww.
And they were like, I don't even know how many. There was a fucking ton of them. And they were like hairless rats. Like you couldn't, I remember him like taking a picture and sending to me. And he's like, I found this squirrel nest. And it was like, they fell out of the tree. So either our dogs would have eaten them, they would have died, whatever. Well, we have a friend who's like a animal lover, which I love animals, but I'm not like nursing squirrels to,
Squirrels.
so you can free them back into the wild. Like, you know what I mean? And he calls her and he's like, hey, I have this squirrel baby nest. Do you want them? Absolutely, bring them over. So he takes the squirrels to her. No fucking lie. She went and did all the things, researched how to keep a fucking baby squirrel. And it wasn't just one, it was multiple squirrels, fed them to the point where they were like crawling on her. And then she finally, I think their little nails got a little scratchy and she had to finally release them back out into the wild. But yeah, she nursed those squirrels.
Well, good
She
for
saved their
her. That's
lives.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
We need more
would
people
not.
like that. I would not.
Yeah.
No.
No way. No way. I would have been like,
No.
R.I.P. squirrels. It is time for you to cross the rainbow bridge. And
Oh, yeah, that sucks. I hate that that happened, but nothing I can do. Like, that's,
right? It's a
yeah.
squirrel. I mean, I listen, and I don't like, I'm not that person who's going to like hit a squirrel on the road. Like, I brake
No.
for them, but I'm not nursing one to,
No.
full
Yeah. Yeah.
adult
So,
squirrel. I don't even know.
yeah. So my rabies
Okay,
story
rabies.
is, yeah, this was back when my anxiety was through the roof and I was like bad, like to the point where like I wouldn't eat things. I thought I was could be allergic to like anything or any, so I wouldn't eat it. And like my anxiety when I get bad, it revolves around health things. So like I will focus on some random obscure like thing. Like I've diagnosed myself with any and every disease you can think of. So anyway, I wake up, I used to work really early in the morning because I didn't live close to work. So I would wake up at like 4:30 in the morning, always dark, and I would let my dogs out onto a deck, and then like I would start getting ready and then I would let them in or whatever. Well, my big we had this big old hound dog. If the door to the French doors wasn't closed right, he could like hit the handle and like push it in. So he had let himself back in.
I remember him doing that. Yeah.
Yes, that morning. And so when I came out, I saw that the door was open. I closed it, whatever, didn't think much of it. Well, I went back upstairs, and at the top, we had like this landing. There was a bat up there, like dead on the landing, right? So I'm like, fuck. So I start Googling, like I'm just on my phone. I have to find out like what happens if a bat's in the house. Do you think like at the time I would have connected the door being opened to like the bat, but I didn't. Like to me, the like now in hindsight, like and thinking about it over a long period of time, like of course the bat just flew in when the door was open, but in my head that bat could have been in there all night. Like I was worried that like the bat was in the house while I was sleeping. Okay, so and it says that those bats can bite you and you might feel it because they have like anti like stuff so you can't feel them biting you. Okay. So I'm like, I got fucking bit by a bat overnight. Like obviously.
But the bat was dead? The bat was
yes,
dead?
because it had flown into our ceiling fan. Remember we used to have that big metal ceiling fan up there?
Yep.
So it had flown into the ceiling fan and got hit and like landed. So I Googled myself into thinking I got bit. And then if you get rabies, like once you get it, you're done. Like you have to get the shot. So I had to find out if this bat had rabies, right? So I lived in Maine and it was like, you have to call this number and blah, blah, blah. So I call the number and they're like, yeah, you can bring the bat up and we'll get it tested or whatever. And they were like asking me these questions like, you know, are you a heavy sleeper? Like all this stuff. And I was just like, whatever the answers are that I could have been bit, let's go with that because I'm convinced that I was bit, you know?
Just you, nobody else in your house. Just you got bit.
My husband was working overnight shift, so I was alone. Okay. So I packaged this bat up in a box, right? And I drive to I call out of work, can't go to work. I drive to Augusta, Maine, which is fucking like 3 hours from our house, okay? Like, what? Because I needed to get this fucker tested. I was bad. My anxiety was bad.
Yeah, holy shit.
I drop off the bat. I am convinced enough that I told my boss, like, could have rabies, can't go to work today. Like, so he's invested too. So I drop it off and like, they were like, okay, like I had to fill out a form and blah, blah, blah. Well, yeah, they ended up calling me and they're like, nope, perfectly healthy bat, like 0 issues or whatever.
So what would have you done if the bat did have rabies? You were going to get the shot?
I would have went and started the shots. Yeah, I was ready to start the shots.
What happens if you take the shots and you don't have rabies?
I don't think anything. I think it's like a preventative thing.
Oh my God.
I think it's like almost like a vaccine type thing. I don't know. But yeah, that's.
You are funny.
Like,
you know how many bats have been in our home? Like over the years? A lot.
My anxiety was bad. If a bat was in our house now, I would not. It wouldn't be a thing. Like I wouldn't have a major problem.
Remember that time we were kids and that bat flew in when we were in the tub? Were you?
Yes.
Both in the tub?
Yes. I think we are always both in the tub, so probably.
We were little, like We had to put that out
But
there.
well, yes. But do you remember when we had a sleepover? We were in elementary school because we were having sleepovers. I would say fourth-ish grade, and we were going upstairs and we were going to get baths before bed, and
Oh,
I had my
yeah.
friend over, and you go, I'm in the front, and I was like, what? We don't get baths? What? We're getting our own individual baths? Like, what? Why would you even say that, you weirdo?
Oh my God. I was little, one. And two, like, we grew up with just having a bathtub.
We had
Like,
no
we didn't
shower.
have a
We were
shower.
poor. Yeah.
We were poor. And
Yeah.
so, which now thinking about it, we fucking bath together. That is gross. Our
gross.
dirty water. And we were like swimming in that tub. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm in the
It
front,
was an
you're
old,
in the
really
back.
old clawfoot
Old
tub.
cast iron claw
Yeah.
tub.
Yeah. And we fought
Yeah.
with who got to sit up front.
Who got to sit in the front? Because that's
Yeah.
where the warm water was. It was
That's
all
where
to
the
get
hot
cold
water
in the bath.
was. Because it was an
Yes.
old cast iron tub and that water got cold.
Yeah. God. When we got a shower, that was like the best thing ever. And you weren't even home. You were gone. So like
No,
you
I
were at
wasn't even living
college
there.
when we
Yeah.
finally got a shower.
Think about that. Our grown father and mother bathed all the time
In the tub.
in the tub.
That would be
And we
so
had one
awkward.
bathroom.
Like, let's
So,
draw
like-
our bathtub.
As kids, if like we had to like go pee or like had to take a shit and like a parent was in the tub, like
'Cause we had one bathroom.
you just had to go in because like we had one bathroom. Like there was no other options.
Yeah. We were a fucking close-knit family.
We were fucking living on the prairie. Like it was like Little House on the Prairie, except by the cheese plant.
Yes. Oh my God. Okay, so Jesse, they're sitting there getting their pedicures. Jesse tells Tom that he would be totally okay if him and Michelle got together. Like, he actually encourages it. And Tom was, like, so touched by that. He's like,
He was
me?
weirdly.
You would be good with that? Like, he was so happy. So as the guys are leaving, Jessie looks at the receptionist and asks if, she has a boyfriend. And she tosses her hair and she's like, not yet. As they're like walking out. And she says to Tom, maybe I'll see you at the Belmont. And I was like, she is thirsty.
I actually think she's sweet and might have like a touch of the tism because she on the Reddit thread she was like, I sometimes don't get social cues. Like I don't know when people are being mean to me because people were saying I felt bad about Lala. So I don't think. Like, I think she was just, like, one of those, like, super innocent, like, she literally was just like, oh, they invited me, so of course I go.
Yeah,
like, she
production
had
did her
no...
dirty.
Yeah.
So Lala and Michelle are meeting at Kyle Chan's jewelry store because Lala's wanting to add something to her ring. And I guess Michelle, she still has her engagement ring that Jesse gave her, and she wants to turn it into a necklace so that one day, I guess, like if Isabella wants it, she can have it. The ring is massive and gorgeous.
It's huge.
Huge freaking diamond. So she
I'd
says
keep
that
that
in the
shit,
beginning.
too.
What's that?
I said I would keep that shit too.
Oh, hell yeah. She says that in the beginning, she was so angry at Jessie and she wanted to sell it. But then, she was like barely getting by with paying her bills. But she like put it in the bank so she would have something to give to Isabella, which I love.
Yeah.
But, in that moment, you probably are so angry that you're like, fuck you, I'm selling this ring. But when you have children, like, I do think that is something that would be nice to give them. Or if you have a daughter or whatever. Mm-hmm. So Michelle talks briefly, like, about her proposal, but she was very sweet. And she said that
She was.
It was absolutely amazing that, they were in Paris and he planned this big trip for her birthday. He had secret photographers hiding so that, they could capture these most amazing pictures. And she said that it was absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
So I guess, like, after her mom passed away, she said that she was just, like, wanted to move on and not be so angry with him anymore because, life is so short and they did have some really amazing moments together, and she just like kind of wants to like end that chapter and move on.
Yeah.
So I'm really liking this side of
Yeah.
those two together.
Yeah, me too. I hope they
Last,
continue.
yeah. So Brittany, Jasmine, and Kristen are meeting for dinner. They're all dressed up fancy. Like they're all wearing, well, I think Brittany and Kristen are wearing black, but Kristen has this like bodysuit on with this like long sheer black dress thing over top. I thought she looked super cute.
Yeah, she
And
did.
Yeah, like they all looked beautiful. So they sit down and Brittany says, you know, like, what can I do to cheer you up? And then she looks at her and she's like, you look absolutely beautiful. And then Jasmine, you know, she's like, you do, Kristen. And then Kristen just like gets super teary eyed. And you can tell she's just like, thank you, you know, like you guys look good too. But then starts crying and like just gets up and
Yeah.
walks away. And she's like, I need to go to the bathroom. And it's like,
I felt
I
so
feel
bad
for her so much. Like, and again, we talked about this. Like, her body, you are not in your right mind frame. You know what I mean? Like, you just
No.
had a baby. You're not feeling right. And then she's, you know, recording on top of this. So she has to show up. You know, she didn't want
Yeah.
to be there, but it's part of
No.
the show. And she has said over and over, she's like, I just want to be in my comfy clothes and I want to be at home. Like, I don't feel good to be out and about.
Yeah. I would have ended up wearing comfy clothes and look like a slob. Like, because when I'm in that kind of mood, like, you can't, it doesn't matter that everybody else is dressed up. Like, you can't get me into something
No.
like
But I
that
feel
at
like they
all.
almost had like a makeup team or something because they
Oh,
all
maybe.
looked very, very like on point.
Yeah.
And I know like Jasmine, Amber, like they're trying to be supportive, but like after you have a baby, you just like it doesn't. Your friends and your husband can continuously be like, "You look so good,"
Yeah.
but if you're not feeling it, it's just not helping. You know, it's
No.
just I don't know. You feel like everyone's saying it just because they have to. You know how
Right.
like after someone has a baby, you're like, "Oh my god, you just had a baby. You look so good." But in like my
Yes.
fucked up mind, I'm like, they're just saying that because they have to.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I thought that all the time. Like, even the nurses and doctors and whatever, they, you know, like when I go to my appointments, oh, look at you. Like, you don't even look like you had a baby. I'm like, you just say that to everyone. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
which they probably do, but
I'm sure. So Kristen brings up the, you know, Jasmine Lala situation and Brittany doing what she always does for her men, making excuses. And she's like, Brandon saying that, oh, he felt awful. He apologized. He was like,
Yeah.
I don't want people to think that I'm drama. And I'm like, well, Brandon, we do. You come
Yes.
into this like you own the fucking show, starting and stirring shit up. Like, yeah, nobody likes you. So Jasmine asks her, you know, if he's a messy person, and Brittany's like, no, but in a way that she's not sure if he is or not. Like, you can, the way that
Yeah.
she says it, it's like she's not sure if it's true either, kind of thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
It seemed a little off. So she then tells the girls, which I thought that they would have already known, but that he asked her to be his girlfriend. And Jasmine is like, and you told him no because you need a moment, right? And she's
Yeah.
like, no, I said yes. And even
Yeah.
Kristen looked at her and she's like, you didn't tell me that. So I don't know where they were when they
outside,
were at
I think
Nia and Danny's. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you think that,
'Cause
I don't know, somebody would have brought that
the
shit
word
up.
would have got around. Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought this was something. Jasmine in confession says that Brandon is messy as hell, which, listen, I don't like Brandon, so I don't care that Jasmine says this. And I also think that he's messy as hell, but I think that it's funny how just a couple days ago they were besties and he had her
Yeah.
back and was like, no, Jasmine is so cool. She's so sweet and she's so kind.
Yeah.
And now she's talking some shit on him. So,
I'm sure more happens throughout the season.
oh,
So
for sure.
before she got to that interview room.
Yeah. So remember when Zach said,
This light keeps.
and this was a couple episodes, and it was like Brittany needs to stop opening her heart and just open her legs, which I thought was
Yes.
funny.
Yeah.
Jasmine makes a comment in confession that was like, Brittany should just pop the puss, not
Yeah.
the labels. Ugh. It made me cringe so bad.
Really? I didn't have that
I don't
much
like
of a
the word
reaction.
puss.
Pop the puss. I always think of Erica Jane. Erica.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I do not. And you know what? When Erica says that, though, I'm okay with it. I don't know why,
Yeah.
but I didn't like it when Jasmine said it. I don't know. So, oh, and then Brittany just says, just be happy for me. And that was the end of that. So, cigar bar, everyone is there except Danny. Jesse asks if, Jason is a cigar smoker, and he says that he is a reversed Bill Clinton. And they're all like, what does that even mean? And he's like, it's the opposite of like, I don't have trouble, or I have trouble with not inhaling. And
Yeah.
Luke's like, did you bring your knee pads, buddy? Which I thought this was great that they were like freaking busting on Jason.
Yeah.
But he says in confession that he's not the one blowing presidents. And I was like, what the fuck? So then Danny walks in, says hi to everyone. I think he gives Jesse a hug, but then just kind of like fist bumps Jason. And then in confession, it goes to him saying, let's see what Jason has to say to me tonight. Which
That's funny.
I know, because, and I said, this is the thing. I think that Jason will say what he thinks in the moment, but then goes home, talks to Janet,
Yes.
and then whatever he said, if that's not how Janet wants it, it gets turned around into then, oh, well, never mind, I'm changing how I feel.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he constantly goes with pretty much what Janet tells him to say.
Because in his head, being a good husband means like always having her back and always being on her side and like always having her opinion, essentially.
Yeah.
Like,
I
it's
don't
weird.
agree with that. Yeah. I
No,
mean, like,
me
listen,
either.
you want to stand up for your significant other when needed, but there are things that I don't agree with Skylar with, and I will be right up
yeah.
open and honest and be like, no, I don't agree with that. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not going to sit here and defend my husband if I think that he's doing something wrong.
No.
So, and Jesse, did you see he was like carrying like a little briefcase in there? And I was like,
No,
what's in
into the
fucking
cigar
bag?
bar? Oh, doesn't he carry
It
a
was the
briefcase
scotch.
of his alcohol? Yeah.
Yeah.
He always has to have his special alcohol.
Yes, but he's like standing there like waiting like at the cigar bar, and I was like, you're such a freaking weirdo. So anyway, he has this super fancy looking bottle of scotch, and he asked Danny if he wants any. Danny, and Danny says no, which this actually makes me, and listen, I don't really know if Danny has a problem or not, but I think that Danny probably actually does want some of that scotch. But because of everything that happened, he feels like he is put in a situation that he cannot drink on camera.
Right.
That's how I feel. Like,
Or because he has to drive back to Santa Clarita now instead of just getting an Uber.
I didn't even think of that. Or that could be it. But I just assumed, you know what I mean? Like, because of all
He makes a comment to it about it. Like, if I did, would someone say so? I don't know how he said it. I don't remember, but yeah.
Get there, Marie.
Oh,
Chill
I'm
the
sorry.
Oh my God, trying to take over my freaking notes.
I thought we were at the end
We're
of
not there yet. It's almost. So, now where am I? So he does say, I would have, right here. We're right here. So you were close.
Okay.
He does say, I would have some scotch, but I don't want to be labeled from anyone here at the table. And I was like, already throwing
Yeah.
some shade, Danny.
Yeah.
Like, he was coming in with like guns ablazing.
Yeah, he was
Like,
ready
which
for
he's
a fight.
hurt. He's like angry. So Jason says that, he's coming into this with flowers, and they, which I didn't like that site. He's just like, I'm coming into this with flowers, and he has this thing that he would like to apologize for. He's like, I do have things that I want to apologize for. I have regrets on how I handled myself emotionally, and that he got triggered, and he's very protective over his wife. Which I feel like he talks in circles, but doesn't actually apologize for anything.
No.
And Danny straight up looks at him and is like, I'm not here to be friends with you, if I'm going to be honest. And then Jason gets triggered again and is like, I'm in the same boat, especially hearing the, perspective right now. Hearing this perspective right now. So then Luke says that the terminology that was said about Danny on the boat, what Janet said, about how he sexually assaulted the girls, is what nobody is talking about, and what needs to be like, that's
brought
why
up.
Danny and Nia are so upset. Like, why can you not just apologize for that?
Yeah.
And I mean, not even necessarily Jason. I mean, he should be also apologizing because he's sticking up for his wife, but Janet is the one, I feel like, who, I guess Danny and Jason calling him those names and a clown or whatever. Mm-hmm. Danny said that the damage is major, and Jason is like rolling his eyes, which I'm not sure how Jason can think that what Janet said is okay. Like I said, apologize and move on. And Danny says it perfectly, that they took someone's situation that had nothing to do with them, weaponized it, and kept like bulldozing it over and over and over again.
Yes.
Like, that was the entire season. Let's bash Danny and make him look like an awful fucking person.
Yeah.
Like,
because we brought it up during our recaps, how annoying it was. It's like, why do you keep bringing the same thing up? Like, what? Yeah. In all circumstances, they'd be on a boat, they bring it up. They're at a dinner table, they bring it up. They're walking, they bring it. Like, it's crazy how often it was brought up.
Yeah. So then Jason says, if you get drunk and do something weird to a woman, and then there are other women in that group, it's going to make those women feel weird. And yeah, my wife felt weird around you. Like, are you fucking kidding me right now? And then Danny's like, how did I make your wife feel weird? And then Jason brings up the pantry incident.
My gosh, the fucking pantry.
She said that she felt weird or whatever because she felt like he was hiding alcohol. Now
from
they're
his
twisting
wife.
it and making it seem like she felt weird because he sexually assaulted. Like, that's what he's making this seem like. And I'm like, that is not okay. Now you're twisting this and making it even more of an issue.
Yeah.
I just said, I fucking can't. Jason, you're making this whole situation into way more than it needs to be. If I was Danny, I would have been like, I'm fucking out. Like, we're done.
Yeah.
You're literally dead to me, and bye.
Mm-hmm.
So in that, it just ends with Jesse saying that time heals all wounds.
Sure.
So then Zach and Benji are at the sex store. This was such a short clip, but I had to put it in there because I was so like mesmerized by this like sex contraption thing. So there was like this literally a bed frame that on the back where you like lay your head, the bed frame behind you, had an entire area where you could put all of your sex toys and hang them, different things. And then there was I don't know if it was like a blanket or whatever that you pull over top of it to hide it. So like you cover it, but then when you're ready to get crazy, you just whip that up. They're all there. But I'm like, how many sex toys does one person need? You know what I mean? Like that.
And what if you just want to sit in bed and watch a show? Like, can I want your sex toys be digging into your back?
But I don't think it's like a flat like blanket. Like I feel like it was pretty thick, so it like laid
Oh,
down.
okay.
So yeah, it would be.
Okay.
It wouldn't
You
be
can
like
still watch your
lumpy
shows.
with toys
Yeah.
behind it. Yeah, so you can still
Gotcha.
watch your shows.
Okay. That's all I care about.
Yeah. So that was it. Danny meets up at Luke's house and they talk briefly about what happened. And Luke pretty much tells him, like, listen, I am loyal to you and, you know, let's just move forward kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Danny asks how Kristen's doing. And Luke, in a roundabout way, says that he feels like no matter what he does, it's not good enough for Kristen. He feels like he is losing himself. He's just trying to do things that make him feel good and to, you know, stay in a good headspace. So, all right. This is how I feel. As a woman, like I know exactly, we all know exactly how Kristen is feeling.
Yes.
And I have done that exact same shit to my husband. I'm sure, like, if he's like, hey, I want to go fishing. I want to go golfing. You're like, what the fuck? We just had a baby.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me? But me watching this from the outside, like, I do see both points. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like as women, at least, okay, I'm speaking for myself. I felt like after I had a baby, that was my life now. I didn't go, especially in the first, let's even say 6 months to a year.
Yeah.
That's what I was focusing on. And I personally didn't want to go and do anything. I would have felt guilty.
Right.
I would have felt like I need, and that it shouldn't be that way. You know what I mean? I do feel like we need something for ourselves. And I feel like Luke needs that something to make himself, you know, feel good and normal and to get him through it. But then she's looking at him as like, what the hell? No, I need you here. You can't go anywhere. So like, I understand, but I feel like men's brains are just totally different.
Yes.
Which they are, and they don't think like we do. So
No.
they're like, well, I know after we had Jersey, oh my God. Well, I mean, like, it was a lot. Skylar didn't skip a beat. You know what I mean? Like, he still did his thing. He went hunting.
Yeah.
He was going out, which he was never even a guy who went out to a bar and drank. Like, I was the partier, and I felt like I just drug him with me, and I wanted to go to bars that, like, you danced. Skylar was more of, like, a sit-down, like, chill bar. And I swear, I had Jersey, and then he wanted to go party. And then I was just like, wanted to be the good wife and be like, okay, sure, I'll stay at home. And then, like, I would be so upset and I'd give him so much shit the next day then. But I'm like, now, why all of a sudden do you want to fucking go out and party? And I'm sitting here by myself. Like, this is a team. We are a team. This isn't fair. But he knew that I would have never been, like, because he would say, well, you can go out. But I didn't want to. Like, that's not, I didn't want to do that.
Right.
So, becoming a parent is fucking tough, and it takes time to adjust.
Yeah,
and like everyone is totally different,
and you have to like listen to each other. And I can't say anything because like I have been with my husband now for 25 years, and I swear to God, I've kind of just figured it out in the last couple years. You know what I mean? Like, I literally feel like I am just figuring out, like, oh, if you are just super clear, like, it actually makes things easier instead of like walking away or like pouting or like, I don't know. So I can't, it's so hard to judge other people's relationships because when you're in your own, like, you do the stupidest shit sometimes. And if anyone had filmed like my relationship at certain points, they'd be like, why are you still together? Like, I can't even, you know, like we've done things, so many stupid things over all of those years that like, so there's a lot of like Luke hate out there, but like, I don't want to give hate on either side because it's so hard. It's so hard.
Yeah. And I mean, like, I'll get into it later, but like, Luke has sacrificed a lot to be in this situation with Kristen. Like, he chose that, but he did. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't have family around here. And I do feel like, and again, like we said, like, we are people looking from the outside, looking in. And I know I did the same thing to Skylar for a lot of things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but yeah. So anyway, Michelle, Lala, Tom, and Michelle's friend Natalie are at the Belmont. Finally, they made it there. So Natalie is friends with Michelle. And I guess when Isabella was around 2, they became friends. And then they both separated from their husbands around the same time. Natalie told Michelle that she thinks Tom is cute from his Instagram. Lala says that the 3 girls are going to tag team Tom, and he gets super excited and tells them that he worked out this morning. He is ready to go. I cannot. I'm sorry. I'm like,
I know your mic sounds are
awful. It's my cord. I can't help it. And like my feet are falling asleep, but I can't.
We're almost done, I think, right?
We are, yeah. So they talk about dating apps, and Michelle says that she actually like swiped no for Jesse because he looked like a douche in all of his profile pictures.
I can
which he
imagine.
really did. Yeah. So this is where it's going to get real kind of spotty and crazy because I was literally just like trying to get through it. But Lala said that she is not on any like dating apps, but she does slide into some DMs, and she said, which we did not mention this, but there is, and maybe you know, some major beef with her and Sheena. Do you know what happened there?
No, I knew they were fighting, but I don't know the
Lala
why.
will not say. She will not. Because on the, I think it was like a after show, I don't know, something, and the one lady asked her like, so Sheena made this comment or whatever on her podcast, and Lala's like, I have nothing to say about Sheena. Like, pretty much she is dead to me. So I don't know what happened, but I want to know. So anyway, she just said that something about she's not Sheena and she doesn't like tell who she slept with, pretty much.
Yeah, because I guess Sheena's book, Sheena like says pretty much every person she's slept with in her book.
Oh, I see.
So I think that was the reference.
Tom is trying to flirt with this girl, Natalie, and he is so, oh my gosh, I don't even know what he is.
I think
goofy.
it's a put on thing because he is just charismatic, period. Like, he doesn't even have to try. He pulled this shit in Vanderpump Rules too with like Raquel, you know, like when they were supposed to try to be getting together. Like, he acts like he's like not capable and like doesn't know how to flirt, but I think if he really actually likes someone, it wouldn't be this way.
I don't know though. I do. I feel like he's just like awkward. Like, I do think he exaggerates it a little bit, but I do think that he gets like giddy and like not like, I don't know, just weird. Yeah. So I think that Lala maybe said something to Michelle about her and Tom. And she's like, no, I do not want to date Tom. Like, he is way too innocent. And she wants someone who's more mature and older and well-rounded. Like Dr. Dre. Yes.
Like Dr. Dre. Exactly.
Like Dr. Dre.
Older. She meant 66.
So Schwartz and Natalie are outside, and when they come in, like, I don't even know what, like, it was going back and forth, but she says that Tom, she thinks that he has undiagnosed ADHD. Then they're in, like, flirting, talking, and in comes the girl from the nail salon and, like, walks right up to Schwartz, and, like, girlfriend, she knows how to flirt. He was like sucking on a lollipop, and she's like, ooh, where's my lollipop? And then she has like 2 drinks, and she's like, can you put it in my mouth? And you can tell he was like, ugh, like, didn't know what to do with himself. What?
Yeah. I want those abilities. Like, I want to like be able to just be aggressive and like just say, like, I don't know how people do that stuff. I would never I would never show up. Even if someone invited me, like that, never. But 2, to just show up and be like, just so, oh, I want a lollipop. I want, like, I would never, like, I wouldn't
No.
even, yeah. They wouldn't
But
even
I'm
try to
too
film me because,
tired. You know what I mean? Like,
well, yeah.
I'm too exhausted to even want to do that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I don't even have any desire to, I don't know, be that way.
I would
Maybe
just,
if I was
yeah, I
younger.
don't know. Maybe.
Oh, okay. Nail salon girl. Oh, got her flirt game on. Lala says that girl needs to take her half pony and skedaddle. And then
I
she's like,
did
Tom
notice
loves
she
a little.
brought, yeah, her daytime hair to nighttime. She didn't change her hair up at all, which I would have been going
Oh,
home
yeah.
and
Oh, her
showering
part
and
was
like
so bad. It
doing
was
my
so
hair.
bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
In those
like
Reddit, yeah, in that
taking
Reddit
her
thread,
finger and
her mom said, "Why did you wear your hair like that? What was with that part?" So her mom told her.
oh my
Show-
gosh.
She said her hair was really greasy and it was the only way she could wear her hair. I'm like,
Well,
so
then why
get off of
go?
work and go get a shower.
Right.
Yeah. I don't
Oh
know.
my
Maybe she lives
gosh.
really far out of the city or something. I don't know.
Maybe. So Michelle tells Tom that if he kisses Natalie, she will kiss somebody. And Tom is like, oh my God, no, I can't. Like, come on, Tom. Like, get it together. So Lala and Michelle were sitting there talking because Tom and Natalie went outside to smoke or something. And they're having a whole conversation, like back and forth, pretty much about Tom and Natalie, and then like the camera goes over to the nail salon girl, and she's just sitting there, and then she just like chimes into their conversation, and Lala's
Yes.
like, "Bitch, read the room, like go.
I know.
Why are
I
you
could
still
never.
sitting here?" No.
I would.
So I felt so bad for her in that
I did
situation because
too.
like she was thinking,
Yeah.
well, I was invited. I'm supposed to be sitting here with them, but they were all
Yeah.
like, who is this girl? Okay, so then they're at Luke and Kristen's and Brittany shows up, which I thought which she technically was watching the baby for them so they could go on a date night. But I guess Zach and Tom gave them like a little coupon thing for them that said that they will give them 4 hours of free babysitting.
Yeah.
And they're like, we said that they could come over, but technically Brittany was the one who was going to be
Right.
watching the baby. So they left, went to the bar, but then it showed them immediately like looking on the phone, like at the camera that they had set up and watching them anyway, which,
Yeah.
you know,
I
is
would do
probably
that
something
too.
I would have done also. Tom was holding the baby, which I thought was freaking adorable.
Yeah.
Then it goes to Luke and Kristen. So I did not go too much into this because it's kind of the same situation. Like they just talk about how they both feel the other doesn't care or give a fuck how
Yes.
the other one feels. He feels he isn't allowed to feel bad, but she's the only one who is. He feels isolated and lonely. Kristen brings up that she thought that I guess in her first trimester that he was going to leave her. Like that's what
Yeah.
she thought because he said like I think she really struggled in her first trimester and it was pretty
Yes,
bad.
that's what it sounded like.
And he's just like, I can't do this anymore. And then in her mind, she was like, oh my God, he's going to leave me. Which that is such a total like pregnant woman brain. I will
Yes.
say for whatever reason, I will never forget when I was pregnant with Jersey, I thought that Skylar was going to leave me all the time. Why? I have no idea. But for
Yeah.
months, I was like, I think I even called you crying like multiple times about I was thinking that he was going to leave me. But there wasn't ever a legit like reason to it. It was just
Right,
like my
yeah.
fucked up
Your
brain
hormones
at the time.
are like, yeah.
Yeah. So Luke says that, he hates that she felt that way because he does love her and he will never leave her. And
I like that he said that out loud.
Yes.
Like, I'm here. I'm not leaving
I'm
you.
not going anywhere. And he said,
Yeah.
I do want to do couples counseling. And then I don't even think Kristen says anything. And then it just like shows Kristen walking away. And
Yeah.
Luke was like, "Okay, I guess we're done here." And that was the end.
Yeah, it was like it felt like it was supposed to be resolved, but
Yeah,
then
like she was gonna like hug him
she
and like,
yeah.
but it wasn't like
But
that at
she
all.
was still heated or in some way or
Yeah.
yeah, upset about what was said. I don't know. Or maybe she just thought it was over. Like, okay, I'm tired.
I'm
Who knows how
done.
long they had been there and talking,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
And so she's like, I'm ready to just get back to the baby. Like,
Yeah,
okay, we
let's
came
wrap
to the
this up. I
conclusion.
wanna
We're
go
going to
home.
counseling. Let's go. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, all right. Well,
All right.
thank you for listening. Follow us on all
Yeah.
the things. We're an hour into it. Good night. Bye.
Good night. Shaded Reality on the podcast. Shaded Reality
out.
Pod on all the social media.
Yes.
We love you. We kiss you. Have a happy Tuesday. Bye.
Bye.